Okay, I am back on the covert narcissism trip, or tip, as we say. Um, so I've been watching a lot more videos as of late, as of yesterday, and I'm understanding it a little bit more, and it's becoming more evident as to what's going on. At least it's swaying in that direction, but I still don't know. But when someone who plays a little victim-y and keeps contacting me from the group, but will not do the obvious thing, I'm going to say obvious thing, to disengage from the person who's doing that, but instead is demanding an apology and is not being a straight shooter as to what exactly she wants me to do, i.e. you want me to boot the guy out, you want me to tell him to tell you you're sorry or whatnot. When it's not like that and it's in like lovey-dovey type things, that sets my feelers off. So it's like the next message started to get a little bit more blunt. So I'm like, now it's really setting my feelers up. It's because it's like, okay, tell me how you really feel. And putting the onus on me because it's I who started the group and I'm the moderator, and I'm responsible for people's well-being. And it's like, you're all adults and it's a page of free will and you can leave when you want to, and people have left. It might not be for them. So that is not really true. I'm not a therapist, and I've stated it. I'm not a therapist. I'm someone who's going through my own situation. I like to meet people of similar interest and maybe make some connections and maybe learn about myself and see what other people have to say and possibly build this into some sort of network, and then maybe get a website and then be able to get therapists and connect them right and build something from it. But for now, just a page and see what's going on. You know. So, whereas in the last video I was worried that the page will self-combust if I don't do anything, but it's like, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Now, it goes back to one of the original situations where a guy, an American, a straight shooter, some people don't agree with his ideology, but I don't think in a group, unless it's a therapist-run group and that's the mandate that everyone is coddled, I'm not running that. That's not what I'm not having the page to sell my therapy services. So you're going to get people of different degrees of trauma, of different degrees of wanting to help themselves, and people make connections with certain people, which have happened, and then certain people, stick in that collision type pattern. I personally, with regards to the person who we're talking about, who went off, I engage minimally, but that's it. And if it's something that I don't agree with, I don't fight that, and I don't engage with that, knowing that possibly that could happen. It could be that type of thing. So is that being a chicken? No, it's just choosing my battles. It works fine. I see that the person possibly has a temper, and let him do what he does. When it gets to a situation where he's being threatening to everybody and it's escalating, and then he's being threatening to me, and then I will remove him. which happened to the person beforehand. The low-hanging fruit, as I said, because it seemed like he was on an overt mission to, you know. I don't necessarily see this as the case for this person, because he contributes a lot, and he does it elsewhere, and some people are triggered by it, but some people know to not engage, and there are some things that are positive out of it. That's kind of where I stand. Which is why I haven't removed him. I think there's more benefit than there is disbenefit, or disbenefit, I think that's the word, or harm. So, and it does take time, because I'm not sure how a covert narcissist works. But this person said, oh, I heard she was a covert narcissist. And I thought that was kind of low-key and like what, but it is in my mind. It's like, okay, I have to see the situation. Is it? Why, if I'm responding with one phrases now to keep things at bay, because this engagement is actually seems to be fueling this person who should have just stopped communication with me and stop trying to sell me on something without telling me what you want me to do. It's weird. It's like an addiction for this person, which is very. Is it because she's a covert narcissist, or because she's addicted to narcissism? And it's some sort of addiction. It's like, and then you're writing several paragraphs, and I'm replying in one word, in one phrase, to not overdo it and trigger. And someone else contacts me because she's trying to help the person. So it's getting a few people on board. It's not getting the whole group on board. So it's like, okay, it's getting a few people out of. Let's see. There's 2 people. Initially, it was against 2 narcissists. So they say, one who's the person there, but then there was another woman who's been there for a while, and because she thought someone was a narcissist, that they were triggered and they had to, you know what I mean? And then she's out of the picture. It just didn't escalate, you know what I mean? Someone's allowed to think that someone is to call someone out. I don't have an issue with that. Just like on my videos, people, you know, will call me out, or, you know, 9 times out of 10 I'll be okay with it. Sometimes I'll delete it. But it's my choice, you know? It's like, that's it. Disengage or engage, or, you know, whatever. But keeping the cycle going, it's like, I don't know. It's like, why would someone want to do that? Because they were in trauma? So was I. It's like, what do you want me to say? You know, everyone knows the no contact, don't engage, you're able to block people. And so 2, 3, 4, 5 people out of 800 people is a very small percentage. It's like, there's other things to see, you know what I mean? I said his name. He does, no, I won't blot it out. He does put a lot of content. It's a big proportion of content, but it does attract people. The page is not only for narcissists or narcissism or trauma, you know, it's for a whole myriad of people who think they can take back their life, who are in that mindset, you know. So, that being said, see, sometimes my videos are kind of like melancholy, and sometimes they're more assertive as I kind of go back and forth with what my decision is. And I'm never going to have a truly good decision, but when I do make my decision, I have to stick with it, because you can't go back on these types of things, you know. I mean, in terms of if I'm removing someone, or bring it to the situation where the person decides to remove themselves, it's over. That's it. There's no going back. We weren't friends. You were in a group. You didn't like it. You liked it, but then something was stronger and you felt you had to remove yourself, and that's fine. If I start another group and you come back, it's fine too, you know what I mean? Or if it's really toxic and I block you and I block you as friends, that's it. I mean, it's your core of who you are. I'm not going to reminisce on that. That's what I mean, but it's over, you know, I have to stick to that. But other decisions, I mean, the first person I kicked out in this situation, I said sorry to these people who are suspected of being covert narcissists, because there was more proof on their side. The person was harassing them in the private messages, and I went to confront the person. I said, show me screenshots, and he flipped it. He said they were bothering him. I'm like, okay, show me the screenshots. And then he's like doing all this word salad, right? And I had to say it 2 more times. And then he said he took care of it. And it's like, that's where I stepped in. I was like, you're conning me, you know. Whereas, but this case, I mean, this guy is a straight shooter. He contributes a lot. Some people think he doesn't like women, but his girlfriend's on there now, and you can have a girlfriend not like women. But I mean, it seems to me more good than bad. But, you know, if I took a poll, maybe it might be different, I don't know. But it hasn't escalated. And it's been like that for a while. Do I believe in something? Like, I don't engage. So it's like, I'm like, okay. It's for the greater good of the group, not for just my personal opinion of the person or all his posts. Because I've posted things that people don't agree with on my Instagram. It's not the black or white. It's the whole ensemble. It's the totality of it. The average. The gray. So I understand that. And I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, I mean, okay, so with this guy, I mean, he's straight shooter. It's harsh. Like, Trump is harsh. You know, it's harsh. The New Yorkers are harsh, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not from New York, but I mean, it's like, he's telling you how it is, so it's like, you engage or you don't engage. He's not sugarcoating it. And it's freedom of speech. And you know, it triggers a few people. You know, in a nutshell. I mean, I still don't want to censor the whole page, you know what I mean? It's not what I'm about, you know what I mean? It's not, I don't believe in everything being good and gooey, and so you live with trauma, you know, life has difficult moments, you have to learn how to deal with that. I'm not a therapist, it's a page, you know, I'm losing my train of thought, but it's trying to go with what I feel, but also trying to understand it and not being swayed by other people telling me what I'm supposed to feel or this. Whereas when I kick the other person out, I still stand by it. But it doesn't mean because I stand by that I'm going to stand by everything. And maybe these victims are trying to persuade me because they see me as malleable and they think I'm on their side, or now they think I'm on the other person's side. No, go on your own side, and I'm observing, and I'm not here to kind of, yeah, boys, do this, do that, do that, do that. You're all adults, More to come. We'll see.